And let's start. Judgment Day. Oh, shit. Spooky names are spooky, huh? Even though we are supposedly gonna play Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe that's the name of the campaign.
Do you also see Navia and Clorand over there?
Yes, they are on a date.
They look like they might have run into some kind of trouble.
No,
Let's go check out what's going on.
they are on a very gay date. The gayest of dates. Hey, girls.
Still no dice?
Not at all. And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already.
Yeah, no
Lynette's
one.
ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end. And Fremine, he hid himself under his helmet as soon as he realized there'd be people around that he didn't know.
Of course.
What about Chiori and Charlotte? I feel like both of them would be more than up to it.
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now.
And you
I
haven't
just gave
asked
the members
me.
of the Spina a few days off too, so
Shake my
I don't
hand.
want to bother them either.
This is getting pretty difficult.
Navia, Clorand, what's
They are
up?
so married. My God.
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners. How are you all doing?
Huh.
Fine.
Navia?
Yes, us. Ask us.
Huh? Oh,
To join you on a
mean-
threesome.
Yep, this is our chance.
Okay. What are you going to do? We're just passing through. Now, what are you going to do to me? Because that
Do
was
you need our help with something?
a very nice angle.
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only you can solve.
I can do anything,
Whoa, for real?
especially for you.
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
What kind of problem? Tell me about it.
Traveler, Paimon,
Got 99 problems.
would you join us
But girls are
and play
not
Mar
one.
Shosei Hunter Judgment Day?
She said the thing from the
Mara,
trailer.
she'll say what now?
She'll say what now?
It's a new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
Ever heard of the Tabletop Troupe? They put out games that allow you to participate in a
Not
story
really.
and roleplay characters with your friends.
Don't think
Oh,
I've
I've
ever heard
loved
of
their
them.
stuff ever since I was a kid.
That sounds super interesting.
Clorand and I are both veteran members of the club.
Oh,
Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them. And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse. I mean,
course.
come on! A brand new script? Nobody has ever played it before.
Generally speaking, scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues, but I think this one is pretty solid. The author obviously put a lot of work into the story, and the world building is also quite credible.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
these
I know I was the one
buttons.
that handed you the script,
Just
but some of us haven't read it
doing
yet.
God's work.
No
Oh, devils, I guess.
spoilers, please.
No spoilers.
Anyway, the script calls for a team of 4. Ah, yes. We're missing one final player right now.
I guess me. You were right. There is a big problem.
So,
Huge
you're
one.
saying you'll help us out? I knew I could count on you, partner.
I am a problem solver. That is
The
true.
Traveler are kind of a package deal. Is that okay?
That's not a problem. I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players
Okay.
and ensure that everyone has a good time.
Well, Traveler, what do you think? Wanna play? Paimon will follow your lead.
I always help a friend in need. Count me in for a great
Well,
script.
that solves our problem. You have our thanks.
The Faith script.
Oh, I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager?
It's gonna be
Didn't
Farina.
you just say that you gave Clorand the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for the script. In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed the current list of objectives. On top of
100%
that,
Farina.
in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life. We'll only know where we should go once the script
How
manager
much
reveals
money
the starting
went
location.
into this, huh?
Wow, you're right. Whoever wrote this script really did put in a lot of work.
1000%
And
Farina.
it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right? I mean, even the GM doesn't know how the story will end.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
Why
Same.
don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Chioria Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
Sounds good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't rush.
You say that like I'm 6 years old or something.
You're at least an 8.
Let me think.
No, at least
what
a
kind
9.
of character should I play
I mean, on
this
10,
time?
to be honest.
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time. Oh, and stop trying to persuade every animal you come across.
Kitty, silent night, holy night. Something bright. I'm sure it's not bright, but whatever. Will we see Chiworia? Urina and Linny.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
You're back!
Who would be the manager then? I thought Furina
And
was the
you've
manager.
got the Traveler and Paimon with you too!
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Linny,
Yes.
Farina! Paimon didn't know you were playing too. Are you also members of the tabletop troupe?
Hey, you 3.
I'm more of a casual member if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Lynette, Fremine, and I play something similar
Okay,
at the
casual.
Hotel Bouffete
Yes, D&D.
sometimes, but I'm usually the GM. Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time. I'm looking forward to it.
Linny is a GM.
Well, I'm not a member of the club at all. Clarion simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
If you're
Poor
interested,
Farina.
I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
I think I'll wait to see how this experience plays
Sounds
out first,
Kinda pyramid.
especially when it comes to the quality of the script. If it's sufficiently fun, then I'll join.
Do you participate in a lot of tabletop troupe activities, Clarion?
She's a
You
nerd.
could say that. She's actually one of the few senior game masters of the
Like I
troupe.
said, a nerd.
Right. I knew about that even when she was still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small hobby of mine.
Wow. Paimon's so used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kind of hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
Just a casual GM. What's the problem? So if we have a problem with any of the rules, do we have to submit a duel request to you?
Surely you jest.
Wonka.
I would never intentionally make things difficult for my players. I
Intention.
maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal
She's
feelings to the
the
side
law.
and grant a fair duel to all who seek to defend their honor. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
She's just
Well,
never
you
day
say
regular.
that, but for all the time I've known you,
Something
I don't
motherfucker.
think I've ever seen
Forgot
you
this one.
cry. I've seen you get angry, sure,
Normal
but
motherfucker, right?
now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
She's never mad. Come on.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Exactly.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little
Heyo.
difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
No, that's not what I meant.
So who's gonna be the script manager? I really thought it would have been Furina. But I guess not. Maybe it's the NPC that's gonna do some random
I'm
shit.
back!
Yes,
Here,
it is an NPC.
Allow me to introduce you to the script manager,
Is that
Mr.
D'Artagnan?
Florian.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Those
No,
eyes,
no.
though. Never
This
trust
is just the
purple.
costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more
Especially
immersive
that
experience.
shade of purple.
Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script.
Sussy as hell.
This script was adapted from the real history of the Marushose hunters. You all will play the role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a series of events unfolding in the capital.
Paimon's not super familiar with the history of the Marachose hunters. Is
Girl,
that a
we've read
problem?
artifacts and books on
no
it.
problem
Come
at
on.
all. I can give you a brief rundown. So, basically, Marashose hunters were people who dedicated themselves to hunting monsters and protecting the city by using a special swordsmanship technique passed down over generations. Their story can be traced back to the ancient Remurian dynasty, as well as the
shit.
first hunter, Cassiodor. But I'll leave the finer details for you
Cassiodor
to
was the
seek out
first
and
hunter, right?
discover later.
Mm-hmm. And I'll provide
Potentially
additional
deep lore
commentary as the
here.
story
Nice.
progresses.
In that case, brave hunters, are you ready to set out on an unknown adventure?
Let's go.
Whoa, just one sentence and it's like we're in the story already.
Aha, I see many a determined gaze before me. Very well,
They are
head over
kinda
to this
gay.
location and begin your heroic journey.
Especially
So, as we
her
follow the story, it leads us
and-
to specific scenes?
Virtue.
Ooh, sounds pretty innovative.
Navia.
What does the message
Determined
in
gaze,
the envelope
yeah.
say?
It's the exact location of the
where's Nadia?
scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Huh, seems like they have everything prepared. Please check all your belongings,
There they
everyone,
are.
and make sure you haven't forgotten
The
anything.
most determined gaze.
Once you're ready, please follow me to the designated location.
Sounds good. Hunter Squad, move out!
Roll out. Where exactly are we going? Oh, out in the wilderness. Wilderness. I bet I was really close to dying. What the hell? Did you lie to me? I guess there's no TP there. Okay. Where the fuck are we going though? A random beach? With a few beaches? Hey, yo. Ah, they've got everything set up, okay. Do we have anything else in the vicinity? Doesn't look like it. What are we about to do here, huh? Camping?
Whoa,
Allow me some camping.
they really have thought of everything. Even the Fatometer is here and ready to go for us.
The Fatometer. What's that?
Measures our fate.
It's a card that's used to determine action success or failure. We'll need to use it when we try to use certain skills.
And what about all the dessert and tea? Is that for us as well?
Yes.
That's what the message said.
Oh, really?
I'm about
That's
to eat
so
everything.
nice. It feels just like a tea party with friends.
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all over them.
Just as I said.
I think you might be more of a snack hunter than a Marashose hunter, Paimon.
What the hell is a marechaussee?
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one.
The desserts are great. But I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
Very fair. Then, let us begin.
That is a snack. Right there.
First,
I'd snack
please
on
pick
that.
up the blank character cards in front of you and write down your name and profession. You can find an abbreviated version of the rules printed on the back of your character card. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me.
It's
In this
definitely
story,
a ton of AI
everyone is a
messing it up.
Marashose hunter. To reflect this, the club has prepared a small badge for everyone.
Ooh,
Bad.
nice.
As hunters,
It's a
you have
hat.
proficiency in swordsmanship and fighting by default, so there's no need to allocate any additional skill points to those areas.
Swordsmanship? So there's a fighting part to all of this? Paimon's not sure she can do all that on her own. Maybe Paimon can just stick with you?
Yes, you always do,
Why don't
Paimon.
you share a character card then? The Traveler will be the Marashose hunter, and you can be her little floating assistant.
Ah, kinda like in real life.
Exactly like in
So,
real life.
for the name, do I fill it out with the name of my character?
Yep, it can be any name you like.
You can use your real name too if you want.
Do we get to
I
name
do that
ourselves?
whenever I get too lazy to think of a new name.
Oh, so it would be like experiencing a different life, but still as yourself.
Girl, you just went through
That's not a
500
bad idea.
fucking years of doing this.
In
Please
that
don't do
case,
it.
I think I'll continue to use the name Linny then.
Such
Next up is the skill
boring
sheet.
people, my god.
You have a limited amount of skill points that you can use to learn a number of skills. The more points you invest in a particular skill, the easier it will be to pass associated checks.
I'll take persuasion and investigation. Those are must-haves when it comes to missions like these.
True.
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering intelligence. Good idea, Navia. Just as expected of a veteran player.
And a mafioso boss.
So, should we also take those skills then?
No.
Not necessarily. Since we're working together as a team, we could leave the negotiations to Navia and use our skill points to pick up other useful skills. For example, I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand. That will give us more options if we run into any situations
course
we
you
can't
would.
negotiate our way out of.
You goddamn sassy baka.
Interesting. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I suppose it's not so different from an acting troupe. Everyone has their own role to play. Let me see. I'll take art and
What the crab
performance.
doing?
I'm not quite sure what use they'll be, but
He can-
I'm not
he can
as
fly.
knowledgeable about
The
the,
crabs
other
can fly.
skills. And I'm not too confident I'd be able to roleplay them well.
Girl, you an
Well,
actress.
that leaves us.
A
What do you wanna learn,
certified
Traveler?
actress. Cooking medicine insight. Yeah, let's go with insight, because the last time we've used our insight, I think, was in Sumeru Archon Quest, which is like almost 2 years ago.
Oh, something that'll help you get a read on other people's thoughts. Sounds useful.
Oh, okay, there's illusion of choice, because why the fuck would... okay, yes,
Gotta
cooking.
say, this suits you really well. Nothing boosts morale like good food. So what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these 2 skills?
Ah, okay, there's at least some choice. What are the chances that this is, in fact, an illusion? I feel like they're really fucking high. So, should it be cooking or medicine? I definitely want insight. Let's go with cooking, yeah.
Let's see.
Because I'm gonna cook.
Oh, looks like you each have enough points to choose one final skill.
You've all picked such classic skills. It's fine to go a little bit out of the box, you know.
Why do I get the feeling she's getting ready to cause trouble?
Illusion.
For example, this one here. Summon. Doesn't it sound super mysterious and cool?
God damn it.
Oh, I saw that one just now as well. The description says, this skill can be used under certain circumstances to summon characters or creatures that fit the script's world-building rules.
The
The
hell?
script's world-building rules, huh?
Yeah, we're
But
summoning
how
a
are we
hunter.
supposed to know what a Marashose hunter can summon?
Oh, that's not for us to worry about, my friend. Just learn the skills that interest you, and the GM will take care of the rest.
All right, you've convinced Paimon. Let's learn summon then. Paimon can't wait to see what kind of thing shows up.
Ah, okay, so at least it's not
now that
medicine.
everyone's more or less
There was
finished
still a
creating their
tiny
characters,
choice. Okay, okay.
we can begin. Since 2 of
I
our
hold
players
the
are doing this
tiniest
for the first
bit of
time,
hope.
though, let me ask. Would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
The hell is authentic?
What's the difference between the two?
Yeah.
Well, in role-playing games, the story sometimes changes based on the decisions of the players and the results of the Fatometer. For example, if you fail a
Maybe?
check, that means you cannot use the target skill in that scenario. A critical failure may even result in further negative consequences.
So
If
far
you
we
choose to
haven't
play
heard
in
about medicine,
authentic
so
mode,
we'll see.
Every time you elect to use a skill, you'll need to use the Fatometer to see whether you succeed or fail, and face any consequences that may follow.
The true
If you choose
D&D.
easy mode instead, every check will be successful by default,
Oh, yeah,
and
that
you
is
won't have to
definitely
worry about
easy.
luck
Jesus.
playing a factor.
I guess if you just want to learn the story. Hey, they brought back the cards from Linny's... oh, wait, was it Linny? No, I think it was Lynette's hangout. Yeah. The random checks triggered by the Fatometer often serve as indicators for destiny scores or the success or failure of an action. Please draw or press to draw a card and get a random number between 1 and 20. Usually this is scripted as fuck from what I've seen. If the number displayed is greater than or equal to the check difficulty, you will pass the check, otherwise you will fail it. Yes. players' role-playing and the scene of the story can sometimes affect the result of checks. This is the script that I was talking about. Your current check bonuses will be added to your randomly drawn number, making it easier to pass checks. In easy mode, all checks are considered successful by default.
Given that I'd like to focus on the story,
She wants easy?
I
Yeah.
suppose I should pick easy mode. I'd feel bad if I brought the team down by failing my checks.
Girl,
Huh?
although I get
oh,
it.
come on. Don't
She's
worry
been
about
scared
that.
for 500
RNG
years.
is the lifeblood of role-playing games.
And of
I'm
course she
going
would
with
be all about
authentic
RNG.
mode for sure. Never knowing what you might have to overcome. Ugh, doesn't that sound exciting?
I'd rather be mentally prepared for what might happen.
Poor
All
Furina.
right, then I'll mark down Farina for easy mode. All her checks will be successful by default. As usual, Navia and Linny will play on authentic mode.
He didn't even say.
What about you,
Huh?
dear partner? How would you like to play?
Again, this is pretty much illusion of choice. Because when I played Lynette's hangout, you needed the bonuses to make any kind of check. Otherwise, you fucking failed. And I believe I've tried a few times, and it was always fail no matter what I chose. But let's go authentic just for the
Are
fun
you
of it.
sure?
Girl, this is the second time they do this. If this is not illusion, I'll be shocked. Yep.
Trust me, you'll see the beauty of RNG.
Girl, I've been playing this game for 4 years.
Clorand would make
It's
things
all
too
RNG.
difficult for us, no matter what the Fatometer says. Isn't that right, Clorand?
Oh, of course.
No promises.
That wasn't super reassuring.
Not at all.
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get started. I want to experience at least a good chunk of the story today.
Speaking of the story, why is the beginning scene on a beach?
With
well,
a bunch of
that's
bitches.
because a long time
Oh
ago,
shit,
back when human civilization was still in its infancy,
that's cool.
powerful demons and evil sorcerers ruled over the land. They created a host of monsters and sent them to slaughter all humans in existence.
Slaughter.
Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords raised, they swore to brave the darkness, and in doing so, subdue
What
each
is that
and
book?
every monster that sought their destruction. They became known as the Marachose Hunters.
Cutscene? What the hell? Okay, that's just loading. I do like the change in the dialogue window. That's cute. Oh shit. We're in a
Sometime later,
domain
As
monster?
a member of the Marachose Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city.
I think
as
it's
you
Mondstadt.
inhale,
Yeah, pretty sure
You
it's
can
Mondstadt.
taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. There aren't many people in the vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like you, seem to be sizing up this place. Your eyes meet, and you realize these people are fellow Marachose hunters, likely led to this location after reving the same commission as you.
You're all
Kinda
Marachose
sus.
hunters
Ooh,
too,
she's
right?
so cute.
Allow me to introduce myself. The name's Navia, monster hunter by trade and helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side. What say you to traveling together? We can help each other out on the road.
Travel with you
Okay,
anywhere you want.
count me in.
Hey.
My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by a Marachose hunter and later chose to follow in his footsteps.
Okay, that is a Marachose Hunter's artifact set. At least these two. What else? I think this is the plume. Fuck. I don't see the flower unless I'm absolutely blind. Either way, Marachose Hunter's set was about Poisson's fall, I believe. And one of the parents of the Narcissenkreuz Ordo's kids. I feel like this might mean something. but we'll see.
Is this where you introduce your character to everyone? It sounds
Furina
like
is
we've
such a
done
baby.
this dozens of times.
And
My
a
name is
bard.
Furina, and, I grew up in a noble family. I always had a strong interest in performance and the arts. Even though I'm a marche-say hunter, what I really want is to be a performing artiste.
Art.
Hey, that's really cool. You can do it, Farina. That's exactly how it's done.
Paimon is Paimon,
Oh,
a good
shit.
friend and companion to this Marashosei hunter right here.
I've
Listen.
been studying the culinary arts since I was a child.
Huh?
I hope my delicious food can help boost people's spirits.
That's wonderful. I'll be looking forward to your cooking during our adventures together.
Hey, let me cook. First of all, fucking voiced, huh? What the hell? And I assume it's gonna be voiced fully. Second of all, that wasn't a illusion of choice. I was in fact a cook instead of a doctor. Damn, now I wanna watch others play it and see what they chose. Interesting. So I guess Insight might have been universal. Shit. Now I want to replay it with other choices. Ah,
Well, if we're
Have
all
they
here for the
evolved?
same commission,
The
why
story
don't we take
quest?
some time to confirm what we need to do?
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy Marashosei hunters, our kingdom is currently facing a grave crisis. The lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by forces of wickedness. We
monster
beseech
500
you.
years ago?
Please help us resolve this crisis and return peace and stability to our home."
During the cataclysm?
The layout of this city looks super familiar.
Yeah.
It kinda reminds Paimon of Mondstadt.
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
As experienced hunters, the layout of the city reminds you of places once traveled. You recall the sight of tree-lined streets and the gentle tranquility of days gone by. Yet, as you regard the city in front of you,
Something is different.
it appears to be little more than an empty shell.
Oh shit.
Its hollow gates are open to you, beckoning you to come forth and bring salvation back to the town.
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn my attention to the signatures at the bottom. Who issued this commission to us?
You see a long string of unfamiliar names. It would seem that many of the residents of the city issued this commission together. They sensed that things were not right within the kingdom and sent a distress signal to the outside world.
In that case, why don't we take a walk around the city and see if we can learn anything from the local residents?
Oh, good idea.
Great
We
idea.
might be able to get some leads on the monsters and bad guys we're after.
Oh shit.
You look up and see a tavern nearby. It appears to be open for the day.
Why don't we go check out that tavern?
Monsters
If the
drunkards.
novels I've read are anything to go by, taverns are usually full of information.
Yes, they are. Enough drunk people with that information. Can I talk to anyone out here? What are you doing here, huh? Who are you? Why are you here? Tell me.
As you approach the
Oh.
tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
And I have the full party with... Okay, dude, this is something completely new for Genshin.
Greetings,
This
friend.
is great.
Lovely weather we're having today, don't you think?
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right. The weather today is quite lovely. If only those monsters out there would stop causing trouble.
Is that...
It seems
Florence
like every
VA?
character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer. If we keep asking questions, we might be able to get some good leads.
Oh, come now, don't be sad. Life is all about optimism. Oh, that reminds me. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Huh?
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 I don't
Not
think
yet.
that's the kind of question we're supposed to ask.
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about some macarons? I could make you some.
Hey, girl,
you didn't
you're
even
not
take
the
cooking
cook.
as one of your skill proficiencies.
Exactly.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me for saying this, but you don't really look like a chef.
Hey, nice.
Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine.
Of course she'd mess up the campaign.
Did she just... Huh? Me?
Clorian must have broke character for a second.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Traveler, maybe you can think of something.
Is she about to talk again? How about I cook something right here, right now? Right here, right now. Emerge. I'd like to do an insight check to see what's troubling her. Hey, that's the proper D&D approach. Any help here, Lini? Dude. These fucking choices. I don't know how much of an illusion they are. Let's go with insights, just, you know, to see
The
stuff.
results of insight checks aren't disclosed to the players, so
Huh?
I'll be the one consulting the photometer.
Oh, okay. Try to use it to discern their thoughts. Check complete. Oh, I didn't even choose anything. I guess.
You recall all the lessons
She
you've
saw it.
learned in your
Okay.
time and begin to carefully observe the woman's mannerisms. You notice that when she's quiet, she has an empty look in her eyes, as if her thoughts have drifted to a place far, far away. And when she speaks, she often subconsciously reaches out to touch the ring on her left hand.
So she was married but got divorced? Yes, yes. She's in her wanting days, so can't really leave and is troubled. Did something happen to your husband?
So you noticed.
Oh, yes, I did.
That's a little embarrassing. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
Do you remember? The 21st
I'm
night
not
of
completely
September.
sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
Do you know
3
where
days.
he was sent?
I'm not bullying
It
her,
all
but
happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find and defeat those monsters as soon as possible. We sincerely hope your husband will be able to return to your side soon.
Oh, thank
she's
you.
fine with that. And she usually likes it.
Don't worry. We'll find him. Just try to remain optimistic and wait for good news. We don't always get to choose what happens to us. But we do get to choose the little things, like what we eat and how we respond to the things life throws our way. I hope that one day, you too will recognize the power of something as small and inconsequential as a delicious dessert.
So yeah, she
I-
was truly trying to help.
I'll do my best. You bid farewell to the woman and continue your journey further into the city.
Cool. The woman's gone. We've got a fairly big choice of stuff. And they kind of look sussy. But nothing there. Okay. Anyone? Oh my god. Anyone here though? No. And I believe I can jump. Oh, I can even climb. Okay. Didn't really expect I would be able to do that, but that's great.
As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past.
This is
You
not.
see her
dude,
shake her head.
This is more than
as
a
she puts
monster.
away her wrinkled
What do you mean
wallet.
empty?
A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look.
You got a problem?
You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
Hmm. What's your problem, my guy?
Although he doesn't seem very friendly, Merchants are usually a good source of information, right?
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
That depends. How much are you willing to pay?
Dude, Clarence
How
VA is
about
doing her
this
best.
much?
How much was that, Lily?
What do you take me for? Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy half an onion with that amount.
Oh,
Surely an onion can't be that expensive, right?
right?
Yeah, what do you know? War is nearly upon us.
War.
Everything costs several times what it did before. If you're not gonna buy anything, then scram.
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother talking to him.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something?
Persuade him, Navia. Lini, you're up. Furina, put on a performance. Dude, like, if they don't give us a chance to replay this, though I'm not sure how they would have. But like, god damn it. We haven't seen much of Lini, but I want to see Furina's performance. Come on, Furina, let's go.
Performance? I've never played a role-playing game like this before, but even I can tell that suggestion is pretty far-fetched.
No, it's not
Is a
Furina.
performance
Let's
check
let's
really
go.
going to help here? All right. Ahem.
Oh
By the
shit!
harbor's grace, a lone boat lies in rest. Let the moon give chase, for here begins our quest.
Hey,
In
a
the
true
dark
bard.
of shadow, our heroes seek to find where creatures born of evil weave their grand design. Blocked the road does stand, such is our hunter's plight. Yet with sword and courage in hand, they march forth to pierce the night.
Here's the night. Oh. And once again, I don't choose shit but her easy mode and check success. Like I said, scripted as hell. But the choices don't seem to be an illusion. That is interesting.
I don't recall asking for a bardic song. Don't expect me to give you any coin. But if you meant what you sang, and you are indeed some kind of hunter, then by all means,
Kinda hunter.
please go out and kill those monsters for us. Those monsters are camped outside the city, and they've been destroying all our trade routes. We have limited
Not the
reserves within the
trade
city,
routes.
so if this continues, we're all gonna be in big trouble.
Wait, you're saying no one has put a plan in place to distribute supplies or maintain order?
Furina, your arcan is
We could
showing.
all starve, and those nobles in the palace wouldn't even break a sweat. Who knows? Maybe they've been in cahoots with the monsters all along.
They
That is
kinda have.
concerning.
If we go
Yeah,
by
all right, I think I've
Mondstadt's
said more than
history.
enough. Be on your way now.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Don't mind him, Furina. He just doesn't have enough
Poor
taste
Furina.
to appreciate your art.
No. I was just thinking about how those nobles must be so cold-hearted.
And you are
It's
so
like they don't
pure-hearted,
care
my
about their
god.
people at all.
Absolute baby.
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, where's
Before
the
you
fountain
lies the
though?
city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low.
And then low.
He doesn't seem to notice your approach.
Low.
Still immersed in his own thoughts, he shakes his head and lets out a long sigh.
This guy seems promising enough. Maybe I can get some information out of him. Hello, sir. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Wait,
Yeah.
you're...
Like I said, this is like huge for Genshin.
I'm...
Oh, dear goodness! You're a Marashose hunter!
How do you know
recognize
that?
us?
Yeah.
Ah, are you one of the people who wrote the commission letter?
Yes! Oh, I didn't expect you to actually come! Oh, what great news!
But I
the
did.
city is saved!
What happened here?
Alas, we once lived comfortable, carefree lives. This city used to be free of monsters. The first Marachose hunter, Cassiodor, the Golden Hunter, he was the one who drove them back. However, monsters have once again surrounded the city. Perhaps the seal that kept them at bay has lost its power. Or perhaps an evil sorcerer has been meddling in our affairs.
Evil sorcerer?
All I know for sure is that their return has stripped the city of any chance at peace.
Are there not enough soldiers to drive them out?
It's not a question of numbers. The guards simply have no idea how to deal with them. Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. What's worse, many of us don't even know the history of the Marachose hunters anymore. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how the Marachose hunters drove back the monsters.
Okay, so this is not Cataclysm?
On the off chance that something might come of it, I decided to reach out to you. To be perfectly honest, I was starting to think all those stories were just tall tales. But now that I've seen you in person, I finally know that it was true.
Well, you
No,
can
it was
rest
still
easy,
a lie,
friend.
my guy.
The righteous and formidable Marachose hunters are on the case.
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes begin to well with tears of relief.
Shifty eyes.
Still, if we are going to hunt the monsters, we need to know where to find them. Can you give us any leads?
All I know is that the area outside the city is dangerous. I'm afraid I can't point you toward a specific location.
Because I'm
Oh,
dangerous.
although, if you leave the capital through the main gate and follow the road, you should run into a group of guards. They
What if-
might know more about where to find the monsters.
The gate is closed,
I
though.
see. We'll go look for them then.
I guess it's about
All
to
right.
open.
Be careful. Oh, and one last thing. The monsters outside the city are just part of the problem. There are evil sorcerers inside the city as well.
Abyss.
So be on your guard. They're actively working
Swimming
with the
in
monsters
abyss.
and have corrupted the court ministers with malicious magic. They're the reason why, even inside the city, everything has been a giant mess. Even one of our kindest ministers has turned into a boorish and unreasonable figure, interested in nothing but enacting laws that exploit the people. Who knows how much longer we'll be able to go on like this.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Hey, hard place, you say.
I feel bad for him. Maybe we should try to cheer him up?
Furina could sing a song or I could cook. Let's try cooking because we've yet to see Linny do something or us.
Hey, not everything can be solved with food.
Now that's where you
I
are wrong.
appreciate your kindness, but for now, it's more important to focus on the crisis at hand. Brave hunters, I leave the future of this kingdom to you.
Potentially, if I had chosen Furina, they'd say, hey, not everything can be solved with a song. I assume. So, that was an illusion of choice.
If I understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom that need solving, right?
The mages and the monsters.
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerer stirring up trouble from within.
But which problem should we tackle first?
Well, this seems like a good moment for a break. Take some time and discuss what you want to do. Let me know when you've made your decision.
I really didn't expect the people in the city to keep us at arm's length like that. I totally thought the hunters would be treated like heroes.
Well,
But we are
Moran
not.
said the script took cues
We're
from the real
hunters.
history of Fontaine, right? Maybe
Yeah.
the real-life Marachose hunters were also treated like that.
I wouldn't say it's a perfect representation of history, but there are definitely some similarities. Would you like to hear more about it?
Definitely.
Sure.
I want lore.
As long as it doesn't spoil anything in
I'm
the
a
script.
lore whore.
You brought up bits and pieces of the hunter's history before, but it was all in passing.
Paimon wants to know too. The hunters were super powerful, right? Were they all from a special line of supernatural beings or something? Kind of like the yokai in Inazuma?
No. All Marachose hunters were ordinary mortal fighters. The only thing that set them apart were the special sword
Is it?
techniques passed down over the centuries.
Huh? So you mean anyone could become a Marachose hunter?
Yes. Yes.
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous training and master the swordsmanship techniques required to fight the monsters. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages, and others called it quits the minute they saw a monster in person. To become a hunter, you must be strong in both body and mind.
You've been.
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly? Oh, and the evil sorcerer the script mentions. Did they exist in real life too?
Girl, you're
The
asking
land of
too
Fontaine
much.
once played host to an ancient dynasty known as Remuria.
Oh shit.
After that dynasty fell, monsters began to appear, intent on obstructing humans from establishing a new social order. One of the ancient
those would be
sorcerers of Remuria
Saurians,
used
right?
his power to assemble a formidable army of golems. He sought to use that force to establish himself as king.
God
Now,
King.
wait a second. Don't tell me that guy was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer in the script. We still haven't found any in-game information on him yet. So, why don't you talk about someone else for now?
Well, I wasn't planning on going into anything you might be able to find out in the game. But if you want me to talk about something else, then... How about Casiodor, the Golden
Egeria?
Hunter? Or Egeria, the ex-Hydro Archon?
Wait,
Chofurina.
but those people
Chofurina.
are all from a super long time ago. Where did you learn all this, Clarand?
From my master.
God damn it.
Huh. By master, you mean Miss Petronia?
Potentially, yeah.
Someone you know?
Absolutely. Miss Petronia and my father were good friends. Back in the day, she would often bring Clorand over to play, but then...
Let's not get off topic.
She died
Anyway,
together
back to
with
what I was
her
saying.
father,
Responding
maybe?
to Egeria's call, a number of warriors followed Casiodor into battle
Lock
against the
Knights.
monsters. This group of warriors, under Casiodor's leadership, became known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Yet, as Fontaine entered an era of peace, their work gradually became obsolete.
Yeah,
The Marechaussee Phantom, originally an association made up of hunters, eventually came to be predominantly comprised of Melusines.
Melusines.
Ah, I see. That explains why most of the people in the script have forgotten the hunters or think of them as nothing more than a legend.
Is that really a bad thing, though? It can get tough always being the one shouldering everyone's expectations.
Chofurina.
Depends on who you ask, I suppose. If the name of the organization no longer commands respect, investigative work is bound to suffer.
Speaking of investigations, which problem should we tackle first? Monsters or evil sorcerer?
I vote
The source.
monsters. That's the
Farina.
main duty of the hunters, right? We can come back to the sorcerer later.
But when we come back to him, he can create
Well
more
said,
monsters.
Miss
That's the
Farina.
point. He's the source.
Plus, if the
Go
sorcerers
to the
really
source.
are the masterminds behind this whole thing, defeating the monsters could give us some clues on their intentions as well.
What about you, partner? What do you think?
Partner. Also, about monsters, the sorcerer problem seems pretty important. Exactly. He's the source of the monsters. He might summon more.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Is this an illusion? I assume it's an illusion.
Those characters are usually the ones pulling the strings behind the scenes. More often than not, they're very formidable opponents. Going after them now might be jumping the gun a little bit.
I cannot
We
only
don't
jump
want
the
a
gun,
total party
but
kill on the
even
first day,
jump
right?
the shark.
With Clorand as the GM, I wouldn't rule out the possibility.
You've persuaded me. That's what D&D players do.
Then it's settled. Let's go hunt some monsters.
All right.
Are we about to
After
enter
some discussion,
combat?
you decide to turn
Combat?
around and head out of the city.
Ooh. So far, this has been one of the best story quests. I know I pretty much say that for any new story quest, but still. We've got, like, new dialogue windows.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
Second of all, we've got only playable characters mattering,
You there! Outsiders, halt!
with obviously some NPCs.
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build and a determined expression in his eyes. Just one look, and you can tell he's fought in his fair share of battles. Although he's trying his best to conceal his current state, his uneven gait and the sweat dripping down his
Gait?
forehead Make it obvious that he's been wounded and is in serious pain. I'm the captain of the guard. I saw you sneaking around the city earlier, so I'll only ask this once. State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Purpose.
Wow,
We are
it's been a
hunters,
while since someone's
boy.
been this suspicious of us.
I said talk, not whisper between yourselves.
Have you ever heard of the Marchese Hunters?
Marachose hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? What, you expect me to believe you're one of them?
We are all of them. We are counting on you, Navia. I'd like to do an insight check to tell what he's thinking. No, Navia, let's go. I would have preferred Lini. We haven't seen much of
Sir,
Lini.
we were indeed in the city earlier, but our purpose was only to gather information on the monsters. We're here to help the city and all the people within it. Your guards are still fighting the monsters as we speak. They could be seriously wounded and in grave need of support. You need all the help you can get.
Try to persuade, and I believe she had persuasion, right? Although I don't see a bonus, so maybe not.
The man regards you with doubt and concern. After a period of inner struggle, he lets out a long sigh and informs you of the locations where the monsters have appeared. Those monsters aren't easy to deal with, but if you insist on going, I won't stop you either.
Clorance
I
VA
just
got
hope all the
mad
guards will be
money
able to
for
come
this
back to their
quest.
families alive. I
Voicing,
wish you
like,
the best of luck.
majority of characters. Got no one here. Okay.
Based on what the captain said, the monsters
Base.
should be right up ahead.
Base.
Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
As you approach the battlefield,
Boys.
you see
you okay?
numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their
There's
faces are
more in the
filled
back
with
as well.
desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds.
Can I talk to any? Can I hear the screams of pain and anguish? I guess not.
A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
Lyman? What kind of monsters will we see, though? Because, like, if we're going with the Remurian history and Fontaine, it should be probably Saurians or Vishaps. Where did the fire come from?
This is the place he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying claw marks.
Dragons.
All
Definitely
the
kinda
signs
looks like
point to one
dragons.
thing. A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Before you can finish your sentence,
Oh.
you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes.
Come
The
on, right?
monsters have emerged.
Rift Hounds.
They
Oh.
close in on you
Okay,
without
we're
fear.
going for
You get the
Cataclysm then.
impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to
I
devour.
guess true, Kazuya.
A little help here. This thing wants to eat Paimon.
Your battle round begins now.
Now. Making a comeback. Oh, I get to choose now. Interesting, okay. Let's go with 3. What the hell? 28, not 20. Let's fucking go. I better fucking annihilate them. What it's gonna be? Nothing, of course. God damn it.
Feeling lucky? A proper
Punk.
send-off! From this, strike a pose! Let my name echo in some bombs away!
Now,
The
Bombs
next
away,
battle round
punk.
begins now.
And Remurian. What is going on, man?
Watch out!
I
The
guess
monsters let out a terrifying roar of
their
anger and
HP might be
resentment
based on what I
before
draw.
dissipating into thin,
Ugh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marashose Hunter class came with all those preset skill points. Otherwise, we would have been in some real trouble.
I never knew the Fatometer even determines the amount of damage you inflict.
Ah,
If you get unlucky,
there you go.
isn't it just game over right then and there?
That's part of the fun.
But I'm definitely
The
watching
uncertainty
several
of fate is what
playthroughs
gives
of this.
these games their appeal.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
Sociolump?
A suspicious lump. Wait, could it be
Yeah,
the thing that
potentially,
appears
Kazu.
after every battle?
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it.
I do think that
I've
was
still got my
scripted,
right
though.
glove on, so it should be fine
Realistically
for me to
speaking.
touch it, right?
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. It was previously obscured by the large form of the monsters. With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the ground like a shy flower bud.
What if my protrusion is a bit on the bigger side, huh? Let's dig it up. What are we about to see? I doubt it would be just a chest, right?
With everyone's help, you successfully
Probably new
excavate the
gear?
wooden chest from the ground. Even without opening it, you can tell from the mora and jewels scattered around the chest that it must contain quite the fortune.
Makes sense. We
Interesting.
worked hard for this. Let's open it. We can share what's inside.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't it seem like there are people out there who need this treasure more than us?
Yeah.
Of course you would say
Think
that,
about all the people suffering in the capital.
you
Or
damn
all those guards who got
Snishnayan
hurt fighting the monsters.
agent.
Wouldn't it be better if we gave the treasure to them?
Wait,
And
is
Navi
that
is
how
too
it
kind.
works?
And
I
probably
thought
Furina
since
too.
we were the ones
yeah.
to dig it up, we could just take it for ourselves.
Like this
Well,
entire
let's put
party
it
is
this way.
all about helping
Any
others.
decision you make during a role-playing game can impact the future course of the story.
Are you saying this is
But
not
would the
illusion?
people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marshose hunters. What if they think we procured the treasure illegally? They might get even more suspicious of us.
Okay, so
That's
Furina went
definitely
with
something
the
we should consider.
anxiety path.
Maybe we can come up with an explanation in advance.
Well, if donating it could cause that much trouble, why don't we use it to buy some gear and fill up on good food? Then we'll be ready to fight even more bad guys.
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice once again. Well, it's getting late. Why don't we call it a day for now?
Wow, where did the time go?
And I guess we'll be able to talk to different characters to see their
I'm
point
not sure
of view
if it's
on this.
because I'm having so much fun with you all, or because the story is particularly enticing, but I feel like I could almost keep going.
Here, here. Ooh, how about we play through the night?
Navia.
I'm not sure I'll have enough energy for that.
Yeah, that won't work for me either. Lynette will give me an earful if I get home too late.
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
What the
Huh?
hell?
Another
Navia
location?
There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Whoa, they really pulled out all the stops for this new script.
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still stay a little longer and hear Cloran finish her story, right? Paimon wants to hear more about the history of the Hunters.
Yes, give me more
Something
juicy
tells
lore.
me you just want to finish the free desserts before we break for the day.
Also true.
That's just a coincidence, okay? Besides, the Paimon not finishing free food feels
They
even
haven't
worse than having
touched
to buy her own.
anything.
And anyway, Paimon really does want to hear more about Cloran's
Those look very
master.
nice.
Well,
Like Cinnabons. The bones. If the story doesn't have a happy ending, it's okay to not finish it. No, it's not okay. I want to, like, catering for D&D. Yeah.
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's all in the past. It won't do any harm to share these things now.
Oh, cutscene. Hey, Elinas. How you doing? Are they leaving us on a
My
cliffhanger?
earliest
Oh,
memories
okay.
are of living with Master. According to her, she saved me from certain people of ill repute. My birth
That must
parents
have been a
had
pain.
left me behind some time before that.
What a heavy beginning for a life story.
Genshin never
Master
stops
was
saying,
a fascinating
fuck them
individual.
kids.
If inexperienced in the ways of raising children, my first ever toy was a short sword.
Say her
Although I
name.
suppose it wasn't so much a toy as something Master removed from her waist and handed to a noisy
this
child in need of distraction.
Oh, wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child? Isn't that dangerous?
It's fine,
Did you hurt
Furina.
yourself?
Of
Fine.
course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. But Master was not concerned.
There's this
She
here
just
too.
stood there
Oh my
and
God.
casually lectured me about it. See, that's what you get for not holding the sword properly, she told me. She then crouched down next to me and said, "Give me your hand.
Oh my, it's so
I'll teach
open.
you to bandage this wound. After that, it's time to learn how to truly hold a blade."
Excuse me for asking this, Clorand, but how old were you exactly when all this happened?
Lini about
Probably
to...
around,
Three?
3, give
Huh?
or take.
3?
What?
Isn't that when most kids are still struggling to hold a fork?
As I said, Master was rather inexperienced in the ways of raising children.
Who's
She
your
believed
master,
trial
girl?
and error was the best way to teach a child what they're capable of.
I'm not so
I
sure
guess.
this is a question of experience.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once. It was a GeoBishop hatchling.
A GeoBishop hatchling? For a pet?
Is
That
her
seems even
master
more dangerous.
Skirk? That would be interesting.
What she said was this: make sure to get along, you two. If you really can't agree on something, just settle it with a fight. Whoever loses is the
A
real pet.
3-year-old with a
And
Bishop
how old
hatchling.
were you when this happened?
5.
5.
Hey, easy.
Well, did she win?
No, I lost.
Yeah, no shit,
So
that's a
you're saying
GeoBishop hatchling.
You actually became the GeoBishop's pet?
Yes, but only for a week.
Hey, yo.
By the end of that week, I defeated it in combat, and we've shared a cordial relationship ever since.
Huh?
That really doesn't sound like the kind of childhood someone should have.
Later on,
No
I
wonder
gradually understood
she's
that
the way
Master
that she
most
is.
likely didn't know any other way to raise a child. She was a Marashosei hunter,
Yeah, she was
but
a
I
hunter.
never heard her bring up her own parents.
Hmm.
Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate the forest by the age of 6, and could hunt monsters in the wild by myself the year after that. Even though the
Jesus.
training she subjected me to was strict, she always made sure to take me traveling when she had the time. We met many of her friends during those days. That was also how I met Mr. Callis and his family.
Hmm.
I still
And
remember the first
Navia,
time
yeah.
we met. You were too scared to join our picnic and hid behind Ms. Petronia the whole time.
Right, but I'm fucking
I
stupid.
still hadn't really met many children my age at that
Completely
time,
forgot that she mentioned
so
her.
I didn't know how to interact with others.
After that, though, you started coming over a lot. You loved challenging people to shooting competitions,
I bet
remember?
she was coming over.
I don't think many members of the Spina ever beat you in one of those.
I had a lot of fun during those days.
They are so gay.
I enjoyed them too.
I love it.
Oh, do you remember that one time we went exploring around the Spina together? We overheard Papa call your master Fontaine's Protector of Justice. We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but you nearly let it slip that one time.
She's trying to remember we should
Protector of Justice.
blushing.
Oh, wait, you mean that vigilante hero from 20 years ago? The one who is always active at night?
Oh, Furina knows her.
Yep, that would be her. She often would put on a black cloak and go out at night. I never knew where she went or what she was doing. Until, like Navia said, we overheard the truth from Mr. Callis that night.
She was
20
Batman.
years ago, huh? I still remember the guards leaving all kinds of witness reports about her on Nervalette's desk.
Ah, my apologies.
Oh, there's no need to apologize. You had nothing to do with it. And anyway, everything she did was for a good cause. Although, calling herself the protector of order was a bit much. Especially when she deliberately operated outside the law.
Order in not justice?
When did the Protector of Justice become
Yeah.
the Protector of Order?
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I
Goddamn.
heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked. Later
Like I said,
on, she probably
Batman.
got sick of answering those questions and decided to stick to just two. The Protector of Justice and the Protector of Order.
That sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot which of the two she'd use by the time she got back each night.
Well, she certainly sounds like a fascinating individual. With her strong sense of justice, it's no surprise her
Justice.
student followed in her footsteps.
It's true. I always wanted to become like her. Someone powerful, independent, and with a strong sense of conviction. But
But,
But
but.
she suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
Disappeared? What happened?
I have no idea. She didn't even leave a note. I was never able to find out where she went. That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house. But
Ayo.
Master never came to pick me up. When I returned home on my own, it was to an empty house. When she still didn't appear after a few days, I went to Mr. Callus's house to ask about her whereabouts. But he only shook his head.
Papa probably didn't know either. I know he sent a few people to investigate the matter in secret, but they never
double
found any
orphan.
credible leads.
Don't
Genshin
worry,
hates
I
kids.
understand.
Just
To be
just
perfectly
hates them.
honest, given Master's personality and way of doing things, it all made a lot of sense. If I had to guess, I'd say she probably used it as an opportunity to force me to become independent. Just like how, when a litter of kittens reaches a certain age, the mother willingly leaves them behind.
Were you upset, Clorinde?
I would imagine so. At least for a time.
I was at first, but not anymore. I don't believe Master would suddenly disappear for no reason. There must have been something she just had to do.
So, I think the dude, the initial NPC from this quest with the purple eyes, is either related to her master or did something to her. Which is why he has purple eyes, because you cannot trust purple.
Well, despite everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion
And so far,
duelist in
he's
all of
the
Fontaine.
Chekhov's gun of this
You're
quest.
practically a living symbol of law and justice.
Set all of this up and paid for it.
I suspect my position would be far too by the books for her. Master always did whatever she pleased. But you're right. I suppose I do take after her in some ways.
Who knew Clorinde had such an interesting past? I never had the chance to ask her about it before. I wonder if Clorinde's master were the champion duelist back then. Would that duel against Mr. Callus have gone differently?
Ooh,
Oh no.
that's an interesting thought.
Judging by the atmosphere, Clorinde and Navia are probably thinking something similar.
No, they are
The
flirting.
mood just got super awkward all of a sudden.
Well, anyway. Would you look at the time? It's getting dark, so we should probably call it a day for real this time. If we keep talking like this, we really will be here all night.
I had a great time today, Miss
Alright.
Clorinde. Thank you for being our GM.
Anytime.
The script was good, but I've got to say, your childhood stories were even better. Hey, you should tell us more about that fight against the Geovishop sometime. Maybe your master was onto something.
Please don't get
You could be
children
right.
near Geovishaps.
What
Come
does
on.
she mean, onto something? I certainly don't know any 5-year-olds who
Yeah.
want to fight a bishop in their spare time. Guess I'll head back as well. I need to save my energy if I want to continue enjoying the story tomorrow.
You're that excited to
some
hear about my fight
macaroni.
with the bishop?
I was talking about the script.
my god. Cringe. Golden crab! Hang, gotcha, bitch. Do we have anything? Oh my god, the music. Oh. Navia Clorent. What are the chances that I can meet the others as well? Let's see.
Just between the two of us.
Just the two
Could
of
you
us.
tell me what it was like to be the Geovishop's pet?
It was nothing
Navia,
special,
what
really.
do you mean by that?
Geobishops don't understand the concept of a pet. So basically, it just headbutted me whenever I entered its territory.
And that hurt?
Oh, yes, it
Yeah, it hurt. What, something you want to experience for yourself?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks.
What was this interaction exactly, huh? Yay. I gotta get some crabs. And then, let's try to remember. I think she was no. God damn it, I don't remember where she lived. Was it on this side? And I back and then jump, I think. Well, wait, no. She lived across from the blacksmith. Smooth jazz. One of my favorite night tracks. Yeah, she lives here and she's not here, okay? Musia. You see, her ears are completely fine. Now this is where Linny would be. He went home. Was it this side? Yeah, this is their house. So Linny not here, okay. I guess then we will continue. What was it? 8 to what? 8 to 10. Okay. We will be fashionably late. The fuck?
Let's go meet up with the.
Oh my fucking god. God damn it. Yeah, let's go meet up with them. I always rush these things. What the hell? That's a track and a half. Buried horror? Huh? What was the name of the quest? Yeah. Honor, not horror. Okay. I was about to say, like, what the hell? Oh. Oh, shit. We're going in. Okay.
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday? There was an important decision to be made, yes? I'll pour everyone a cup of tea.
Tea.
Is that really
Talking
the
about
most
tea.
important part, though, Clarion?
Yes.
Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings. Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a prison.
Oh, yes, it is.
I admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the Fortress of Meropide.
That'll be interesting.
So the set is going to be a part of the script?
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither confirm nor deny.
Anyone think Clarion's smile is starting to look kinda scary?
Well,
Ooh, he's
whatever
got a
happens,
dagger.
we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure. If we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we give ourselves a different name, just like Clorant's master did?
Oh.
Yeah,
Would that
it might be
even
better to
help?
keep a low profile.
We
As
stand
long
out like
as
a
we're helping
full
people,
thumb.
it doesn't matter who we are or what we're called.
Ghostbusters?
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or did you want some more tea?
I do want more tea.
Oh,
With some milk.
Paimon's good. Thanks.
Paimon, what are you
Why
doing?
aren't you saying anything, Navia?
Why are you flying
Wait,
so high?
What's that next to you?
A dagger, right?
Oh, this
Yeah.
is the short sword Cloran mentioned last
short
night.
sword.
I found it.
Huh. I'm surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
Well, I made sure
Yeah.
to take good care of it, considering the circumstances in which you gave it to me. Of course I had to keep it safe. Anyway,
She's
where were we?
so damn gay for her.
Oh, right. I was just thinking about all the potential ways for us to break out of prison. We could dig a tunnel, or try to bribe the guards.
Wait, we haven't been thrown
Yeah,
into prison
we
yet,
are not
have we?
yet even in the prison.
Well, it's only a matter of time. It pays to be prepared. Just like how you should always have an umbrella on hand, even when it's sunny.
All right, Paimon's made up her mind. Let's just give the treasure away.
Why? Why is she
Paimon may have wanted to keep
floating
it, but
so
if it's
high?
going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
Turns out Paimon cares more about snacks than treasure. I feel like that's telling us something, you know? That she's a devourer of worlds and stuff. Paimon's development as a character, yes.
So, you reached an agreement?
Yeah, they finally
All
cut
right
off
then.
at least
We
half
can
of her.
continue with the story.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
All right.
Girl, you are
You collect
greedy
the
as hell.
treasure and make your way back to the capital with your bag of loot in hand.
Bagaloot. Ooh. Back in Mondstadt. Back in black.
The city is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive atmosphere, but your spirits are surprisingly high.
Well,
In
yeah,
places where
we just
sunlight struggles
bagged
to
some
reach,
loot.
you generously share your wealth with the children, the elderly, and the poor in urgent need of help.
Thank you, kind soul.
Thank you.
The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back until you move entirely out of sight.
That's kind
However,
of sus.
There's still quite a bit of Mora remaining. It appears you haven't made much progress.
She's probably trying to tell us to speed this up. We need to hurry up so we can address the sorcerer problem.
So we can go to
Should
jail.
we go find that man again at the square?
I'm
He
going
seemed
to
like a
jail.
pretty responsible guy. I'm sure he knows the people here far better than us.
Oh,
He
good
will be the
idea.
one that throws us
Just
in
as you
jail.
start to make way to the square, intent on finding the man again, there's a voice.
Oh. Something seems to be on the verge of happening. It happened. Yep, we're going to jail.
Please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly
Big
call out to you.
Running.
They run
zooming.
forward to meet you and proceed to politely pay their respects.
Greetings, gentlemen. Are we being invited for afternoon tea?
Surely you
In
jest, my lady.
prison.
That would not be our place. It is His Excellency the King who requests to meet with you. Please come with us.
The king is the sorcerer. We foiled his plans by defeating his monsters, right?
Do you think this could be a trap?
Just like you,
Well,
Lini.
we have to
Just like
investigate
you.
the court at some point, right? Meeting the king himself would be a fantastic opportunity to do that.
I say we go for it. If something happens, we'll just turn the whole place upside down.
That sounds a little intense.
That's the Navia way.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to the audience hall of the palace. Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive antiques, glass shelves, and silver candlesticks. The items appear quite ordinary in size and dimension, yet their presence somehow makes the emptiness of the hall feel even more surreal and ominous.
Wow, it's so luxurious.
Real weird
The elderly
stuff.
king, clad in a magnificent robe, sits upon the deep crimson throne before you.
Crimson
He
Throne?
wears above his head a majestic crown, with a gemstone the size of a bird's egg set right at the very front. As you observe it, you see a complex pattern of light reflect off its surface. They're here, Your Majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes,
She's the king.
likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to the king. After a moment,
They
he
stole your
lowers
shit.
his hands and stands back up. His gaze shifts to fixate on your group,
Gaze
but
shit.
he does not move from his place at the king's side.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The
Are
man
they
by his
doing
side,
a
though,
Lord of the
we
Rings?
should keep a close eye on him.
The king remains still.
Is this the
and
king of
says
Rohan?
nothing. The minister is the one who speaks. Esteemed
Yeah.
guests,
It is.
allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His Majesty the King finds himself quite exhausted from work. So please allow me, his
You
Prime
called us
Minister,
here.
to welcome you in his stead. I've heard tell that your group, the Marechaussee Hunters, used your exceptional ability with the sword to repel the monsters near the capital. Such a
That we
great
did.
deed deserves to be rewarded. However, seeing that I was not fortunate enough to observe such a feat with my own eyes, you'll forgive me for seeking to verify the truth by speaking to you myself.
Well, we've got nothing to hide.
He's the
You
purple
brought
guy.
us here to talk, right? So we'll just explain what happened.
And that's how we
The
saved
golem's
Christmas.
blades were so powerful, they could cut down trees in a single swipe. It took a lot of effort to defeat them, even for trained swordsmen like us. Well, that was enough details, right? Believe us now?
Your
No.
account does indeed match those of the survivors. Since you were the ones who defeated the monsters, that must mean you are also in possession of the treasure they stole?
It was the taxes. We stole his taxes, didn't we? And we distributed them to the people.
We did take the treasure.
And that's not how
but-
taxes work.
How did he know about the treasure?
Ah, then I must ask that you return it at once.
Yeah,
It belongs to the
thought so.
kingdom.
And we gave it to the
Wait,
kingdom.
but didn't you just say that our great deed
To
deserved
the
a reward?
people of the kingdom.
Shouldn't the treasure be considered a part of that?
We give it back to you, the people.
Yes, that was indeed what I said. But you seem to have forgotten a very important distinction. Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward. Taking the
Reward.
rightful wealth of a kingdom without said permission, on the other hand, is a crime.
We're
That's
going to
completely
jail.
unreasonable.
Yeah, that makes no sense. If it weren't for us, the treasure would still be buried underground somewhere.
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. You tried to dispose of the treasure without reporting it to the court and without receiving permission, yes? What, no answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, a group of legendary Marechaussee hunters, sought to take the treasure for yourselves?
We didn't.
Well,
I did
what about the
not.
king? Is he
Oh,
just
hi,
gonna
Mark.
let this guy talk for him the whole time?
Clad in his magnificent robe, the king remains seated, with his hands resting on either side of the throne. His posture is rigid and unmoving.
Is he dead?
Stares forward with an empty look in his eyes,
Maybe not.
completely unmoved by the events before him.
From the look of things, could the Prime Minister be the evil sorcerer?
Yes.
Or could both the king and the Prime Minister have fallen under the evil sorcerer's control?
It's a Rohan
I would like
situation.
to observe the number of guards stationed in the hall.
The guards in
Oh,
the
shit.
palace appear fully
Navi
armed,
about to broke
their
out.
expressions solemn. Sensing the tense atmosphere in the room, they stand at the ready, each with a hand placed upon the hilt of their sword, as if prepared to draw their weapons and surround you at a moment's notice.
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole place upside down, I guess.
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill-intentioned imposters.
Impossible.
What a pity. Guards, take them away and throw them in the dungeons. Before I decide your fate, however, I must first determine whether you have any accomplices outside the court.
Can't we try to slip away? Or maybe start some kind of riot?
Hey, we riot. Let's go.
But if we try to fight the guards right now,
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared, Paimon, just hold my hand.
You can have my hand too. No, she cannot.
Aw, thanks, you guys.
You allow yourself to be led away by guards surrounding you on both sides. It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon ceiling and smell the stench of death and decay all around you that you finally realize you've stepped into a completely different world.
Stay here, and don't try anything funny.
Did we get
The guards
isekai?
lock the cell door and leave without looking back.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall, but the only response you receive is the sound of water dripping from the ceiling.
No!
Very
What should we
moody.
do now?
Carve out a new path of fate with our own two hands, of course. I draw my weapon.
You reach
You
toward
had
your
one?
waist, but find nothing there.
Yeah.
You
we
now recall that
confiscated
your
everything.
weapons were confiscated before the guards locked you in the cell. The bag of treasure along with them.
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
When did you hide it in there?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Rejected.
When did you think about
You failed to
digging a
inform the
tunnel?
GM of this course of action. Moreover, the guards would have conducted a thorough search before throwing you in prison.
And the
Thorough.
keys to the cell aren't
There you go.
anywhere to be seen?
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hole on the cell door.
Oh shit.
Well, there goes all our plans.
Indeed.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me as well. This is where the script ends.
Oh shit. What?
Terrible ending!
Generally speaking, this should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the players some kind of hint, or gives the GM some kind of code for how to move forward.
I mean, maybe they just really wanted us to be immersed in the feeling of being in prison.
Maybe
Like,
we are
they'll only
imprisoned
show
right
us the
now.
way out once we've grown truly and utterly desperate.
That is a possibility.
If only there were desserts and tea in real prison. Oh, wait, guess it's kind of how the Fortress of Meripede works if you're lucky.
Yeah. Fucking gotcha.
Oh, before I forget, Navia, the short sword you had with you earlier. I took a closer look, and the craftsmanship doesn't appear to resemble anything from this era. If I
Remuria?
remember correctly, that style was last in vogue several hundred years ago.
Wait, Cloran said that sword used to belong to her master, right? Does that mean her master has been alive that long?
I doubt it. The way she went about things often made her seem childish more than anything. I'd say the sword was most likely an heirloom passed down over time.
A witch?
Hang on.
Maybe?
A precious heirloom passed down to you by your master. And you gave it to me just like that? You weren't worried I might lose it?
Master left many things to me when she disappeared. There was the sword, an old key, and a good amount of junk she probably just didn't want to take with her.
An old
I gave
key?
you the sword back then, because I didn't want our friendship to end.
Wait, when did this happen exactly?
20 years ago. Oh, not 20. If she
After
was
the duel.
10. Oh.
Between Mr. Callis and myself.
Oh shit.
Before that, Clorand would have meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. She was on great terms with Papa as well. After the duel, though, there was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other. She entrusted this sword to me, and never came back. We were both sad, and conflicted, and totally overthinking everything as a result.
Classic
Whenever
gay
I looked
panic.
at this sword, I couldn't help but wonder if Miss Petronia had never introduced us to each other at that picnic. Maybe part of the sadness I was feeling could have been avoided. Back then, it felt like I hadn't just lost a father, but a close friend as well.
No one can change the past. The most important thing is that you two found your way back to each other and can enjoy things like this together.
Yep, you're right.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, you two. I didn't mean to bring up any sad memories.
It's fine.
Think nothing of it. No one here is at fault.
Except for the script master. Plop. What the hell is a plop? Noise from the door. We got imprisoned. Let's go. Ah, okay. Maybe not quite. But the gates are down, so I assume we are in fact imprisoned. What does it say, Cloren?
Looks like the next part of our script is here.
Perfect timing. The situation was really starting to get desperate. And not just because of the prison thing.
From Claren's face, Paimon really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
It speaks to her professionalism as a senior GM. Maintaining a poker face takes true skill. Yes, it does.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. In this lightless dungeon, you lack a reliable way to tell how much time has passed. Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust.
Goddamn.
And find yourselves alternating between fits of drowsiness and despair. Suddenly, you hear footsteps outside the door.
Heads up, everyone. Someone's coming.
Gather close, everyone. Keep your voice down.
Who would that be, huh? Ooh, this is a great place for screenshots if I ever took any. Very interesting music for prison. Oh shit, everyone's there. Okay. What up?
Who are you?
What up?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the same as your own. I'm also a Marachose hunter.
He's the dude, the purple eyes. I still don't trust him.
Already sent away the other guards, but if we make too much noise...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise.
Oh,
if you want to escape,
shit.
it has to be now.
Executed? We barely did anything!
Monsters appearing at the same location as the treasure. Could this entire thing have been a trap?
Just like
There
you,
will be time
Looney.
for speculation once we're out of here. As for my identity, I have no way to prove that to you just yet.
They're not
Infiltrating
showing
the
his
capital
eyes
was
because they
difficult,
think I don't
and
remember
finding a
about the
chance to speak
purple.
with you has taken a lot out of me. I could go on, but I think we can all agree that now is not the time for details.
Well, it doesn't look like we have any other choice. Yes, the illusion
Have you seen
of
our
choice.
weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're just behind the door. Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat the true enemy behind the scenes.
The
His
sorcerer.
faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control, and he's even stationed a number of golems in various rooms throughout the palace. To defeat him, you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the Marachose hunters of the past left behind a treasure with the power to defeat the sorcerer.
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you. As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my
Purina.
utmost.
Always
As for
caring
the
about
location of the
others.
vault, here, this map should lead you there.
I believe that is Eastern Fontaine, I think.
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. I'll lead you out of here as quickly as possible. You now have the chance to restore the honor and legacy of the Marachose hunters. So please, get out there and reclaim what's ours. And be sure to exercise caution.
With the help of the guard, you successfully escape the dungeons. Your sense of despair and anxiety both seem to fade as you continue your quest.
Let's go. This was also voiced very nice. I like that.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison.
Well,
Who
not
knows
yet.
when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
This quest design is so interesting. Guess we're fighting them, perhaps? Oh, no, we're going... Wait, I think I explored this before. Maybe, yeah, it is this.
This should be the place marked on the map.
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Yes, it does.
I'd say an investigation's in order then.
Break the rock.
Plus, if all else fails, we can just blow it up.
Goddamn, Navia. Kaboom.
Wow, you really meant that.
Oh,
Before
I
you
bet she
lies a
did.
serene stretch of open water, its surface shimmering a brilliant shade of sapphire blue.
Are we
Well,
dive in?
guess this means it's time for a swim.
Yeah. Come on, I was going through it. What will we see? What will we see? Indeed.
Oh, what's
Clorant,
the matter?
do you know this place?
It's nothing.
Why?
As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that appears to trail off endlessly into the distance.
I've been yawning way too much. For no apparent reason, I slept well. Oh, wait, it's the
Wow,
music.
this must be where the treasure is hidden.
But this door is blocking our way in. It almost looks like it's been here for quite some time. I've got to hand it to the tabletop troupe. They really went all out with the props.
Nah, this is true hunter place here.
Huh. What have we got down here? A kind of mechanism connected to the door? Ah, it looks like we might have to arrange it into a certain pattern.
A pattern on a stone door. That's something Master mentioned before.
Oh, shit.
Is something wrong, Clorant?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive at the location indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where treasure likely awaits.
Treasure.
Your surroundings are exceedingly quiet and serene, as if the secret that slumbers here has never once been disturbed. If you listen closely, you can almost convince yourself you can hear the sound of its calm, gentle breathing.
That description makes Paimon feel kinda bad for disturbing this place.
No, we
We're
are
doing this
grave
for the sake of
robbers.
the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer. I say it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
Linny's right. We need to keep going. The future of the kingdom depends on it. The next part of the story requires us to solve the puzzle, right? Let's start exploring the area.
Yes, that should be fine. Something feels off about all this.
Yeah,
Guess I'll just have to improvise.
it is definitely very sassy. Ooh. Girl, will you help me? I guess not. Can I talk to any of them? Spell Hydrocore. Not you. Thoran. Guess not you. Ooh. I can watch them though. What will they do? Navia, I go into Clorant. No, they just
I found
walking around.
something.
Oh shit. I'm glad I waited.
Found something
okay.
here too.
Oh yeah, that was timed. Okay. And she will find something there as well.
Same here.
Let's go. Oh. I believe this is the underwater music, and this is the first time we hear it not underwater, I think. Do I need to... Yeah, was correct after all. Boom, boom. Let's go. The stars align. That took quite a bit.
It worked!
Something just appeared. Some kind of new mechanism, maybe?
By solving the puzzles,
It's just a
you
bag.
prove yourselves worthy of inheriting the secrets of the past. At the end of each puzzle, you're rewarded with...
With?
Do you know what it
key.
is? An old key. Is it your key? She has the other half, I bet. This is like one key, you need two keys at the same time, and she has the other half, right? Come on.
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
Yeah, like two holes, maybe?
This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys that are
Yep.
passed down from generation to generation. It looks just like the one Master passed down
Yeah.
to me.
Exactly, let's go.
It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final, complete key. And it seems like we just collected 3 of them. That must mean...
You have the last part, girl. Let's go. Oh,
Huh? What's wrong?
we're fighting
You
someone?
hear a few strange noises. Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out at once.
Her commitment
What's going on?
to the
Did we fall into another
GMing
trap?
is admirable.
For the sake of immersion, please close your eyes, everyone. Without the torches, the space is now completely dark, and you cannot see anything.
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here.
Girl, shut the hell up. Don't break other people's immersion. God
Right,
damn
sorry.
it. Close your eyes.
Suddenly, you hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
There's someone else here? Oh, this is so unsettling. I can't see anything.
Frida, don't cheat.
I've been discovered then.
Hey,
Wait, that voice, it's...
the guard.
You recognize the voice as belonging to the
Yeah.
guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself and has come to stake his claim.
He has
Oh, so
come.
this is just part of the script.
No, it's not, girl. It
Then
really
I can
isn't.
probably relax. Well,
Poor
if we
Furina.
can't see anything, that means we can't fight to the fullest of our abilities. Should we retreat for now?
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be a real Marechaussee hunter. But this isn't part of the script.
There
Retreat?
hasn't been no.
That's not the hunter way.
Yeah.
If it's dark for us, then it's dark for him. We choose to fight.
Your choice is noted. Please keep your eyes closed until I tell you the torches have been relit. This battle will be in the dark.
Oh,
You got it.
shit.
Well then, let us begin.
Hey, purple. Like I said, never trust purple. Ooh, goddamn. And we get to try her out. Nice.
Shoo! Into the shadows.
I'd like to
lo-
try to hit him with my sword.
Shoo! Your strike is successful.
You're...
Is he still standing?
Oh, shit.
Goodness, he sure has a...
I should have waited
it
at least a
over?
bit. I didn't
Can we
expect
open
it
our eyes
to
now?
be over this fucking fast.
The enemy is strong.
Yeah, a bit
and
of Kekuin,
relentless.
definitely.
But the battle is nearing its end. The torches have not been relit.
Oh,
What about now?
friend.
Final strike. Ha!
Wabam. Come on. Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, and he was behind the flower. Beautiful direction.
Well, did we get
Like,
him?
Genshin keeps being peak. I don't know what else to say. Why isn't she answering? Come on, have you not heard her, like, using electricity and shit?
Warm fire.
You're in the
Flickers
cave.
across the walls once more.
Oh.
Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, the four of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes. It's like he became an entirely different person as soon as I defeated him.
Huh? Mr. Florian? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be role-playing. I should stay in character. Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to betray us?
Betrayal.
Is this treasure really more important to you than bringing peace to the kingdom?
Oh, 100%.
What kingdom?
Yeah.
What peace? Those were nothing but lies. I, Florian, am a true Marechaussee hunter, descended from hunters of ages past.
So he's also using his real name. Or, wait, was that the name of his character from the very beginning?
Oh, Furina.
Then I'm even more confused. If you truly are a Marechaussee hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like you said before? Shouldn't we fight together for the sake of the people?
What do you know? In this day and age, there's no glory to be had as a Marechaussee hunter.
What's that supposed to mean?
My skills were passed down to me by my father. We lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness. Still, he devoted everything he had to being a Marechaussee hunter. And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world
Don't
that
get
forgot
up, my
all
guy.
about him. When he died, not a single person came to mourn his passing.
I mean,
The Marechaussee hunters were the
you
ones who
were the
saved
ones
this city. We're
living
heroes. We deserved more recognition and
obscurity.
respect than this.
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember the hunters and their legacy? I didn't expect the script to contain this level of social criticism.
So that's why you want to take the treasure for yourself? You feel like you're owed fame and wealth?
yeah, exactly.
If you already knew
are
where the
not
treasure was
owned
located,
shit.
why didn't you just come down here and take it?
Because I still needed the final key.
Kloransky.
Only a true Marechaussee hunter is capable of passing through this final door. As someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain,
Hey.
Florian lost that right long ago.
Nice.
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway? We've got all the keys, right? So can we just go in and take a look?
You're sure you
Check a
want to
look.
go in?
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see what's inside.
And we've already defeated Florian, right? So he won't try to take it from us anymore.
Pesky brats.
I'm not so sure about
Watch
that.
yourself.
Then let's open the door together.
All right. Your choice of action is confirmed.
Huge chest. You saw it, right? It was right here. Huge chest. The buttons are popping. Corinne takes out the keys from earlier and walks up to the heavy door. Without anyone noticing, she takes out her own key and joins it with the others to form the final required shape. A
Before you, the door to the
huge
treasure,
chest, man. More than
sealed
20
and
primo gems.
undisturbed for more than 100 years. Finally,
It costs fucking
swings
thousands.
open.
I still don't have her.
You hear the shrill wail of the door
see?
hinge as it rotates
biggest chest
for
in
the
the game.
first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn. You get the impression that the secrets buried behind this door might be just as heavy as the sound you just heard.
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon
God
wants to
damn
see
it.
what's inside!
Ooh, me too!
Ugh, uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring. What do we have here?
A bunch of
Uh-huh.
old rusty
A stone
swords.
tablet? And some shabby weapons?
Yep. Something else though. What was that?
You call this a treasure
Wait.
vault? Looks more like an abandoned warehouse!
Is that her master
Maybe the trip
behind the
ran out
swords?
of budget at the end?
They provided a super immersive experience at the beginning only
That
to drop the
kinda
ball
look
at
like
the
a
most
person.
important part?
Yeah,
They
potentially
couldn't
very
have built this place
well.
with cardboard Mora or something!
Wait, I get it now. Paimon, this is the real Marechaussee hunter treasure.
This is it? The Marechaussee hunter treasure is just a stone slab and some broken swords?
It's the true history, you dumbass.
I refuse to believe it!
Cat. Oh,
Whoa, are you okay?
what is that?
The Marachose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental
Potential
breakdown.
abyss, yeah. Look like it
He
a bit.
needs to leave the room for a moment to collect himself.
Oh, yes, he does.
One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit, you may remain here in the meantime and explore your surroundings.
It kind of did look like the abyssal effects, powers, whatever, but like, I'm not so sure. Hydro Christopher, you're over here. Gotcha, bitch. Okay, yeah, no, that was just balls and shit. So it wasn't a body, at least there, but I do think this might have the body. So before I interact with it, Liddy.
Walter.
Walter. Navia.
Ah, the names on the tablet.
It's all the hunters. Also, I only now noticed that I'm playing Clorand and we have fucking Paimon, but not Traveler, you pieces of shite.
The
Lena?
old and broken weapons.
Come on, people will like connect stuff.
What is the treasure supposed to be?
Goddamn Mihoyo. They tried to repeat the HSR's moment from the end of Xianzhou, where we can talk to the MC and she's like dot and doesn't say anything. Oh, shit. But they failed here. Finish it quick. Okay. Observe tablet, a stone tablet that stands there quietly. A few people's names and deeds have been inscribed upon it. Okay. Do I need to activate something? Ah, Florian at a distance. Oh my god. Yeah.
So, how are you doing? Feeling any better?
What just happened?
Do you remember how you got here? Or what happened to your body just now?
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to...
Sorcerer, right? He was controlled.
The
Okay.
explosives in the cave!
You mean
Explosives?
these?
Oh.
Huh? How did you...
I could tell something was
Goddamn.
off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out. I've already dismantled the whole thing.
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It would seem your skills as a Marachose hunter are as sharp as ever.
I deserve some answers, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why you wanted to lure me here.
Tell me.
Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth. Luckily, your monologue was dramatic enough to convince my friends you were just role-playing.
I don't know. I just always felt like there was something in my heart that didn't belong to me. Something agitated and angry. Who knows? Maybe it was my own anger all along. I could never really tell. The feelings about my father and the other Marachose hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry, bitter that no one remembered them or praised their accomplishments. I don't know when it started, but at some point, my anger came to completely consume me.
No longer purple.
At that point, I remembered the legend my
I
father
only
used to
now
tell
notice.
me. The one about the treasure.
But if the treasure was all you cared about, why plant all those explosives? Wouldn't they just destroy the treasure and bury you along with it?
I can't remember. My head is a mess. It felt like there was this voice telling me to eliminate the hunters, but now it's gone.
Jacob,
From
maybe?
your description, I suspect you were dealing with a Devorator.
Devorator?
Oh, your master... your father, I mean. Never talked about it? It was a kind of monster that was active several centuries ago.
No, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure why you suddenly... Wait, it can't be. The seal!
The seal?
My family, has served as Marashose hunters for many generations. But the title and swordsmanship weren't the only things passed down over our line. There was a seal as well. My father instructed me to always watch over that seal and maintain it regularly. He said it had been passed down over a truly ancient age, and protecting it was our clan's most important duty. But I neglected that duty after he died. I finally decided to come down and check on it one day, and that's where my memories become fuzzy.
The Devorator would be a formidable adversary for any mortal being, even ones as capable as the Hunters.
So yeah, potentially then
the power to
some
completely
hole to
destroy
the
it,
abyss.
you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption. In light of this, some Marashose hunters chose to seal the Devorator away, in the hopes that a permanent solution would come with the passage of time.
I heard it has the power to amplify the obsessions and desires in people's hearts, to the point where they overtake you entirely. It would seem I'm not just lacking in skill with a blade, but in mental fortitude as well.
And
Interesting.
yet, you were able to retrieve 3 of the 4 keys.
I don't think we've
If
heard
I
about
remember
that before.
correctly, each was entrusted to a respected and capable hunter. How did you manage it?
One of them belonged to my father. The second I stole from a different hunter. And the third was one that I snatched while the person was on the way home from the tavern. I nearly died in that alley. I know just how strong you are. It's as clear as day to everyone in Fontaine.
Yeah, no
I've
shit.
served you from dusk to dawn, but can never find any opportunity to sneak up on you. I never
Skill
even
issue.
saw you drink a single glass of liquor. The only way I could think to obtain that last key was to lure you here using your hobby, and then... Oh, I get it now. That monster, it wanted to bury you here alongside the treasure.
I won't comment on anything else, but the script was good.
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it. The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marashose hunters and how they came to be forgotten.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your story. Isn't he the true antagonist?
Yeah.
The one who sought nothing but his own gain,
Devorator.
and used the people as pawns to attain it? In your heart of hearts, he was the one you truly wanted to defeat.
But I've already tainted my sword. I no longer have any right to...
Wake up, Florian. Remember how you
Wake
introduced
up.
yourself earlier. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and acknowledged by the people? What did your
She
father
angry.
teach you about
She's
our
really
order?
angry. Oh, I don't think we've seen
You do not wield
too
your
many
sword
examples
for
of
yourself,
reflections.
but to protect
especially in
those you
water.
serve. There's nothing special about a blade. It's the intentions of the wielder that matter above all else. Do you still not understand? Even after seeing the treasure for yourself? The contents of that room, they represent the true legacy the hunters left behind.
You're right. I am a Marashose hunter. It's time for me to redeem, no, to finally serve the people I vowed to protect all along.
I wouldn't be
Sure.
so quick to push
Yeah.
aside the need for redemption.
I know. That's a charge I won't bother to defend myself against.
Good. Then, come with me, and help me see the script through to the end.
Huh? See the script through to the end? But there's no more script left.
That's when you come up with
Never
something.
finished it, huh?
No, I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here. There was no reason to write beyond this point.
That's just
Then
the sign
we'll
of a
just have to
poor
keep
writer.
writing it. The evil sorcerer still needs to be defeated.
You mean the Devorator? Are you saying I have to make up the rest of the script as we go along?
Where
Is
is
that
it?
really so hard? You've already written most of it. Surely you can write an ending where the hunters win and justice prevails. I'll be there to help you too.
You aren't afraid your party will fall into danger?
I know what my
They
friends are
are
capable
more
of.
capable of
And they're
than
all quite skilled.
majority of
Besides,
people in the world.
I need their help.
Then, are you going to tell them the truth about all this?
I don't intend to spoil the fun. Sometimes, protecting dreams and fantasies is more important than exposing the truth. Don't you think?
Are we about to fight someone big and strong and powerful and whatever? That would be interesting. Where did those two come from, huh?
They're back!
That took a while.
Will they switch to
Ahem!
the... Yeah.
My fellow Mara
Nice.
Shosei hunters, please forgive me, for I have sinned.
Tone it down.
Sorry. After crossing swords with you and witnessing your courage in battle, I've rediscovered my true self and regained my pride as a Mara Shosei hunter.
Oh, do I smell a redemption arc?
I confess, I was brainwashed by the evil sorcerer. He asked me to lure you here so he could bury you in this cave.
Oh shit.
Wait, you're saying all of that wasn't you, but the evil sorcerer?
That's right. He's adept at manipulating the hearts and minds of the people. I fell under his influence because I did not possess a strong enough sense of will.
And how are you going to prove that you're a changed man? We're not going to fall for the same trap twice.
You'd be surprised.
To be perfectly honest, I only came to my senses after seeing the treasure. It reminded me of my father's past teachings. The treasure was actually...
The names of all the Marashose hunters from
Yeah.
ages past and their weapons?
Yep, the history.
Wait, you already know?
Of course. Don't underestimate a veteran role player's exploration skills. Oh, wait, I mean Marashose hunter Navia's exploration skills.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. For example, this Marashose hunter called Est. She inherited the responsibilities of the Golden Hunter and passed judgment on many people. But in private,
I
she
don't
had a
remember who
very
she was.
easygoing
I know her.
personality. Her favorite pastime was singing and dancing with her friends, and she was said to have a beautiful voice.
So, she was just like you.
Yeah.
Oh, you really think so?
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I also have a few things in common with this Walter. Working as an
Walter.
executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confound his enemies in battle. Oh, if only I could have seen the feats of magic he pulled off back then.
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments. How could they have all been forgotten?
History does that sometimes.
Because
Well, most of the times.
they chose to be.
Oh,
To
especially
hunt
when that
monsters
happens.
that only appear in the shadows, you must also operate in the dark. To be a Marashose hunter is to willingly give up on wealth and fame.
Then this stone tablet must have been left behind by their companions.
That's right. Few Marashose hunters ever revealed their identity to the public. They always protected the city from the shadows.
Bitchin', you
The only time
complain
they
that
spoke
you
of
were
their
unknown?
accomplishments would be at night, and they
damn it.
gathered with their fellow hunters in front of the bonfire to share stories of the monsters slain by their hand.
So, this tablet was created not so that the hunters would be remembered by the people, but so that they would be remembered by each other.
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone tablet in solemn silence. The names of your comrades etched onto its surface serve as a reminder
like she's
that
talking
you are
about
never
herself.
truly alone.
Oh, yes, she
The
is.
tablet proves that, although a hunter walks a shrouded path, it is not a solitary one. There will always be those who walk beside you, a fact that remains as true today as in ages long past. Their legacies shall continue to be passed down from generation to generation, as everlasting as the stone onto which their names are carved.
Father, you once told me that I should seek out the treasure if I ever became lost. So this is what you wanted me to find.
I've decided to trust you, Florian. I'd like to do an insight check on him. I'll trust him.
Thank you,
His
my
eyes are
friend.
no longer purple.
You are very kind. I implore you, everyone, please give me a chance to make up for all I've done. Allow me to fight alongside you and defeat the evil sorcerer that threatens the peace and prosperity of everyone in this kingdom.
Well, I say we let you join.
Sounds good to me too. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is what you do to make up for them.
I have no objections, but Mr. Florian, do you even know how to defeat the evil sorcerer?
Great question.
When he took over my mind, I gained some insight into his thoughts. Every time I thought of the treasure, he reacted with a strong sense of fear.
Huh? He's afraid of the treasure? But there's nothing here except some broken weapons and the stone tablet.
It's the collective history of hunters.
What if the secret's hidden inside these weapons? GM, permission to investigate.
Oh, I didn't even get to choose, goddammit. Yeah, no shit, check success.
At
Thank
first
you.
glance, the weapons appear absolutely ordinary.
Wait,
But as you observe them,
I'm
you
stupid.
notice a faint energy
was her
emanating from
choice.
within.
She's the
These
player.
blades have slain countless monsters.
How did I not get that?
Though it's been a long time since they were used in battle, their edges remain sharp, as if they're simply waiting for the next worthy hunter to carry on their legacy.
So basically, take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to Est. Maybe it'll find comfort in being held by someone who appreciates the arts.
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Paimon's gonna pick a cool weapon too!
Navia doesn't have any two-handed swords to take.
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing through your being. It's a feeling of courage, determination, a silent vow passed down from generation to generation that says, eradicate the monsters, no matter the cost.
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find the evil sorcerer?
He's
I
within
was able to
us.
see his surroundings when our minds were connected. I believe he's currently hiding out at the church in the kingdom. We must be extremely careful. He's
Basement
spent
of
so
my
long
house.
living among monsters that he's now taken the form of one. He will not be easily defeated.
Then why don't we explore some more and try to find some higher level gear?
And
We
then
don't want to
Paimon
just fight him and lose, right?
metagaming the shit out of this.
Oh.
Nope.
No, we have to strike now. He was greatly weakened when I managed to break out of his control. If we let him rest, he might have time to escape.
I agree with Mr. Florian. We've got to act while we have the advantage. Don't forget, the people of the capital are counting on us.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting. The longer this drags on, the worse it will be for everybody.
Yes, that's what's called.
Taking the initiative. Catching your enemy off guard. Taking the initiative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Alright, you've persuaded Paimon.
Mr. Florian, please lead the way.
Of course. Follow me.
To his house. We have
He
a...
had to set up
Blackout?
so many scenes today, and now he has to join in for this last part. I really don't envy his job.
Finally, you decide to slay the evil sorcerer and bring peace back to the kingdom once and for all. As you walk away, you feel the gaze of the stone tablet at your back, as if all the hunters of the past are wishing you success in the battle ahead and awaiting your triumphant return.
Wait. It's gonna be the Rimurian Knight from the trailer, isn't it? And the seal is his soul being trapped inside. So if you don't renew the seal, he gets out and he possesses a person because he is a soul. Right. Damn, I should have connected those two things as well. God damn it, man.
Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described. As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds you. You get the sense that your enemy is close at hand.
How strange. This uneasy feeling
Not
seems
so
so
real.
real.
Yeah.
How did they manage that?
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go!
Do I get to use them or not? That would be interesting if I did.
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. You've already been corrupted by the Devorator once. It could easily re-enter your mind and take control of your body. I don't think it's a good idea for you to be this close. If it corrupts you again, it's possible you might take on a new form entirely.
That's exactly why I have to go. Why I should be at the very front.
You mean...
Yes.
He will contain...
I intend to lure it into my body.
Yeah, and then we
That's too risky.
kill him.
If things get out of hand, I might have to kill you. Do you understand how dangerous this is?
I understand.
He's
But if
counting
I
on
do
that.
this, you'll have a clear and visible target.
Yeah.
The Devorator will have a hard time passing up a chance to enter a body it knows how to control. You won't have to worry about any of your friends being taken over. You're not like me, Miss Clorand. You're a just and powerful Marechaussee hunter. The monster broke free due to my error. It's only right that I shoulder the responsibility for its destruction. This is... something that I have to do. Consider it a duel to restore my honor. My only request is that you give it your all.
I understand. Then,
Let's
as a
go
champion
kill a
duelist,
dude.
I hereby accept your request for a duel, and extend to you my most sincere regards.
Thank you.
The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the blade of the
Devorator.
Marechaussee hunters.
Who will he be? Will we get like proper deeper lore about him? I hope we do. Didn't I pick you up? Oh no, you were behind the wall, right? Let's go. Oh shit. Cutscene right off the bat. That does look kind of scenery. But no, it is Rimuria.
So lifelike.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Navia just pops off. Block it. Dodge it. Buff it. Twist it. Boom. Attack. Those thighs, my god.
Why is nothing working?
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure, the power to defeat it, in your own two hands.
The treasure? You mean... the names. It's the Marechaussee hunters' names.
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Summon.
Hunters fight not for fame,
Let's go.
but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter the Marechaussee Hunter, master of 1,000 tricks, executioner of the Phantom Hunters, I call for aid!
Celeste, the Marshosei
We're gonna
Hunter,
siest.
inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Traveler, we heard you at the start of the kill school. Oh, West looks so fucking
Petronia.
good.
Protector of justice and order. The hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength.
Let's fucking go.
We have come to
have
answer
come.
your summons.
She fucking ulted, let's fucking go.
And
That
so,
was so
the
fucking good.
monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated. Peace soon returned to the capital. Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways.
Is he alive?
Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser. Such is the story of the Marashosei Hunters. They pursue the phantoms in the darkness and exterminate all who pose a threat. They will always protect the city and those within it, even should all memory of their accomplishments be forgotten by the very people they serve.
I'm assuming we've finally reached the end of the script.
The true end.
Yes, you've reached one of the better endings.
Yeah, for
It's a pretty
sure.
solid story overall. I thought it was just an ordinary adventure at first, but the further we got into it, the more impressed I became with the production and the
Oh,
plot.
Corina.
That final battle especially. All the effects were super realistic.
Super realistic.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Totally.
totally.
Ah, that's a really good point. I never expected the weapons we picked up from that vault would have that kind of effect.
Yeah, mine nearly scared the daylights out of me when it started glowing. I took a good look at it after we got out, but I don't think it ever lit up again. Oh, we should probably give these props back, right? I'll just leave mine here.
She's so damn cute. And precious.
Did you have a good time?
Of course. Let me know if another script like this comes around.
Sure, no problem.
I feel like
Then
at this
I'll head
point
back
they're
for
all
now.
just supporting
I
her
think I need some time to fully digest everything that just happened.
mental fortitude.
Once Mr. Florian is awake, please pass on my regards to him. He must be extremely exhausted to have
Yeah.
passed out cold like that.
You're right. He's had a lot to deal with.
Oh, poor Farina.
Well, see you all some other time. Toodaloo.
She's still the best character.
Okay, so,
None the wiser.
can I ask now?
I
Also-
think it should be fine, yeah.
Considering that her master didn't
What in the
appear,
world was going on back there?
I assume she's not dead.
So you saw through all of that?
Of course we did.
That time in the cave when you told us to close our eyes, it'd be weirder if we didn't notice anything.
Exactly.
I was dying of curiosity the entire time. I mean, you did a pretty bang-up job of pretending nothing had gone wrong. Farina actually looked like she thought all of it was planned.
Guess none of us wanted to be the one to break the illusion.
What are you all talking about?
Of course Paimon is dumb. Yeah, what was going on? I was just playing alone too.
Oh, wait. Don't tell me Paimon never... No, this is all my fault. It's not too late to cover your ears. Here, Paimon, I'll do it for you.
A bit late for that, don't you think?
You kinda ended the story already.
You're saying everything that happened back there wasn't actually part of the script?
Of course.
It's probably more accurate to say this was never a real scripted story to begin with.
What?
So
Oh, okay.
loud.
At least he's
My
alive.
head.
Jesus.
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself!
No shaking, please! Oh, my head.
Explains the truth to everyone. Okay. I thought that was the end
Did
of this
Paimon
quest.
just hear that right? You guys made up that whole last part on the spot? It's not nice to lie to people, but Paimon's got to admit, that was a really good story, Florian. Oh, and nice improvisation, Florian!
Yeah, it was like watching a magician improvise a spectacular magic trick after forgetting an important prop.
If Paimon knew something was wrong with that vault, she would have floated straight in the opposite direction.
Everything
God
was
damn it,
under
Paimon.
control.
As if you've ever described a situation as being out of control. I'm pretty sure any situation you consider to be easy to handle would scare a reasonable person half to death.
Guess I'm just used to it.
Should build different.
You must run into a lot of unexpected situations then. That explains why you're so good at coming up with things on the spot.
As for you, Florian,
I know there's no excuse for what I did. I'll turn myself into the guards at once, confess my crimes, and accept any punishment that comes my way.
I would say you've already suffered more than enough.
What?
He has suffered
You may have been
quite a bit.
blinded by fame and fortune in the beginning, but your actions during the final battle had proven you to be a true Marechaussee hunter. You'll be far more used to the city above ground than below. Your job as a hunter is more important.
But...
Of course, you'll still need to take the keys and pay a personal visit to the 2 hunters you wronged. Prepare to accept any terms they give you as well.
yes, of course.
As far as I'm concerned,
Seems
though,
fair.
your showing in the duel was enough to prove your honor.
Then I'll do exactly as you said. I'll go return those 2 keys right now. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll do my best to prove myself worthy of the second chance you've given me. I swear this on my name and honor as a Marechaussee hunter. Until we meet again, everyone.
Bye-bye. Exit basement.
Speaking of Marechaussee hunters, what should we do about the treasure in that cave?
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to people, make it so that the hunters are remembered. Don't you want that?
No. Every name on that tablet made the same choice. All hunters know what the path entails. I am no exception. My identity as a Marechaussee hunter is not something I need people to remember. I wish only to be recognized as a champion duelist. Nothing more.
That's certainly very different from the path of a magician. Still, I admire your decision.
Wait, Paimon just remembered something. If there were no special effects involved, why did our weapons begin to glow during the battle?
There was true summoning, Paimon. Come on.
That's because the Marechaussee hunters of ages past would often imbue their weapons with special enchantments to suppress the monsters. Whenever a monster was nearby, their weapons would start to glow.
Oh, so that's why they had an effect on that guy near the end. I really thought the summons were doing all the work.
Well, I'm sure the summons were a part of it too.
Oh? How so?
This particular Devorator probably hailed from the same era as the hunters we saw in the room. The names you recited all belonged to the bravest hunters.
You can
Countless
personally.
monsters fell to their blades. That's likely why the Devorator visibly reacted when you said them out loud.
So the names held the power all along.
Navia, everything you said during your summon.
The gayness is back. I mean, it never left.
I meant what I said. I mean, it was true to my character, so yeah, I'm glad you heard it. Just don't make me repeat myself. It's embarrassing.
And again,
I really appreciated those words.
her master didn't show up, so she's not dead.
Don't get all sentimental on me. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. I'm going to go on ahead. Don't fall too far behind now.
She ran off!
I should probably head back as well. This story was truly incredible. I might have to spend the whole night telling my siblings all about it.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Traveler,
With her eyes.
should your name and deeds be forgotten, what do you think the significance of your journey will be?
Oh shit, that's a big question. That's a deep question.
I suppose the significance would be the journey itself and the world we helped create. There's still value in the time I shared with everyone here, in the things we were able to accomplish, even if no one remembers them.
A great answer. I'll remember it.
My god, the MCVA's got paid this patch. The 2 fucking quests with voice lines. Oh my head, my god. What would your answer be, Clorent?
Me? The Mara Chaussee Hunter says nothing in response to that question. Perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An unspoken vow left to echo through the night. The path she walks needs no explanation.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. As always, Genshin is peak and continues to be peak. A book that commemorates the participants in the game of Mara Chaussee Hunter Judgment Day. For both players and game masters, it is full of memories of your adventures together, and so shall I never despair. Perhaps this exhortation holds a deeper meaning for the one who played the Mara Chaussee Hunter. Oh shit. Character name Clorent, game master of the tabletop troop. Character named Navia, Mara Chaussee Hunter, background an optimistic, kind-hearted Mara Chaussee Hunter who also happens to be a shrewd merchant. She has a quick wit and is exceptionally eloquent. Persuasion and investigation summon. Furina, Mara Chaussee Hunter, with a beautiful singing voice and a deep grounding in the arts, capable of moving people to their very core through the power of performance. Deep down, she yearns that someday she might become a performing artist in a peaceful era. Art performance summon. Linny, adopted son of a hunter, his experience of roaming the streets as a child has taught him some key survival skills. Stealth, sleight of hand, summon. Hey, we're cooking. Kind, upstanding hunter, you introduce yourself to your companions with the following words. I've been studying the culinary arts since I was a child. I hope my delicious food can help boost people's spirits. Cooking insight, summon. And Paimon. Good friend, hunter, follows us around in the capacity of best friend and guide. Sure.